Immunity on the stand. You're gonna be good. You sure? Yeah, you're gonna
Sound
be
like
good.
that.
Okay. I'm not even joking. He goes, okay.
It sounded like he was being lied to, but I don't know.
Okay, but what if it's federal?
What's going on, Nova Squad? Welcome back to the channel. So I was contemplating of actually watching a Josh Johnson video or doing the Brad. I forget the actual name. I've actually had put on a poll yesterday. So, but I've actually had realized that he actually had dropped a video about Young Thug talking about the longest trial in history. So I'm excited and everything. So hopefully you guys really enjoyed the reaction. We going to laugh, enjoy ourselves, and I'm a put my 2 cents on things, whatever. Which I don't really know a lot about Young Thug. Like all I know is that he's a rapper, but well, I don't know. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Sometimes I find myself falling down whole rabbit holes online of things, stories and stuff. And there's a case, there's a trial. It just ended. And I think it may qualify for trial of the century. I know that's premature to say, but I don't know. I think it's pretty incredible. The trial of Young Thug just ended. Now, if you don't know who Young Thug is, he's a rapper. It's not a dog whistle this time, all right?
You said it was a whistle.
Young Thug is a rapper that was on trial in Fulton County in Georgia, right? Basically, the state's case, what they were alleging was that he took all of the money that he made from music and he funneled it through and to a gang called YSL, a gang that he was supposedly the leader of, right?
Wow.
And that's the state's case. And the judge in the case looked exhausted. I've never seen a judge act like this before. Every time the court camera cut to her, her head was in her hands. I'm not gonna act like I know the law, okay? My understanding of the law sort of begins and ends with Law and Order SVU, all right?
It's kind of low, isn't it?
So I know you can sustain. And you can object. I've never heard a judge be like, you can't do that. She said it a lot. And now the prosecution in the case, the prosecutor had given out a lot of plea deals. Ton of plea deals. More plea deals than I thought you could give out. I didn't have a number in my head, but this felt like an egregious amount of plea deals. It just felt like she was going to the hood like, you get a plea deal, you get a plea deal, you get a plea deal, you get a plea. She was basically giving a plea deal to everybody in Georgia but Young Thug, right? And she was giving these plea deals in return for their cooperation, their testimony that she would use to piece by piece paint the bigger picture that the state was alleging that Young Thug's the leader of YSL. Everything they do is by his direction. All his money goes through and to them, right? And the only problem is the prosecutor in this case gave plea deals to some of the least helpful people in human history, all right?
Really?
I've never seen people less helpful than this. It was astoundingly unhelpful. I was helping my friend move one time. And he and I had to move a pool table. Just us.
No.
Downstairs.
No.
And our third friend was there at the bottom of the stairs just watching. And even he was more helpful than anyone that the prosecutor gave a plea deal to in this case. At least he could be like, watch your step, something. I'm gonna tell you about some of the testimony. I'm gonna need you to be patient with me because a lot of the dudes testified in this trial are going by their rapper name and they haven't made it yet. So I don't know.
Really? So they're trying.
I don't know why it's spelled like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. Just, I'm gonna say he for short, all right? There's one dude that was on the stand, right? And prosecutor asks him a very specific question, very specific reason. She goes, did Young Thug have an issue with Rich Homie Quan bringing his friend to the party, right? Now, Rich Homie Quan is also a rapper who has sadly passed away. But his friend, to the best of my knowledge, allegedly, is a gang member, right? This whole question is to paint Young Thug as a leader of a gang. That's why he would have a problem with a different gang member coming to his party, right? So the prosecutor asks, did Young Thug have an issue with Rich Homie Quan bringing his friend to the party? And then this guy on the stand goes,
What?
Thug, did you have an issue with Rich Homie?
Oh my God! No, he did not. 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 Are you serious? I gotta watch the video. Hold on. I gotta watch that video. He did not do that.
Never in the history of court have I seen someone ask a question by the prosecution and then go, I'll just go to the source.
Whoa. Wow. That's a sense of for failure, man.
And so
That's
then
crazy.
the prosecutor goes, no, I'm asking you. Did Young Thug have an issue with Rich Homie Quan bringing his friend to the party, all right?
He ain't trying to snitch.
And this guy goes, I'm not Young Thug, so I don't know.
Oh my God. Oh my. What? But he ain't trying to snitch, man.
Moments later, prosecutors are asking question after question after question, all alleging the same thing, all to the same end, right? And this dude, he's not being combative. He's not even being rude. He's just not being helpful.
He's not.
And so then the prosecutor pulls up, I don't know if she pulled up it exactly, but basically references his plea deal where she goes, I have right here you answering questions definitively that I'm asking you right now.
What
And
changed?
then this guy on the stand goes, y'all wrote that, I just signed it.
Oh my God.
Never in the history of court, at least that I know of.
Oh my God.
And it's like, you know, the internet especially was of two minds because it was like people could not decide if these were like some of the dumbest people who had ever lived or legal masterminds.
Dumb.
Because basically what this dude is saying in open court, right, is, look, you were about to give me how many years. I didn't want to do how many years, and you told me if I signed the paper, I wouldn't do how many years, right? So I signed the paper, but I'm not about to perjure myself.
He said all of that on a stance? Send me the link to it so something nice to watch it, man, for real. We'll do a reaction to it. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh. This dude was supposed to be on the stand for 3 hours.
3 hours.
3 days later.
Oh my God, man. That's so
The
embarrassing.
prosecution is asking question after question after question, all to the same end, right? And, you know, references again. Look, I understand that we typed it up, but what is in this is based off of what you said to the police. This is based off of testimony you gave during interrogation. And he was like, yeah, but if you gave it to me to type up, it would say something different than what you have right there, right now.
That's so stupid.
Even the prosecutor was like, oh.
That's so dumb, man. That's so dumb. Like...
Question after question after question after question. And finally, this dude, he doesn't snap exactly. He doesn't lose it, right? I think he just gets exhausted. And finally, he says, look, I'll tell you what I told the police. I'll say anything. Like,
What? But that's what she had asked you in the first place, dog. Come on, man. You can't. Oh, stupid. It's just
this is a
dumb.
witness for the prosecution.
That's so stupid.
It's absolutely insane. The whole case is insane because you even look at the fact that the case had 3 different judges.
3 different judges?
Yeah, got passed off like a bad baton.
Wow. They don't want to deal with that either.
First judge was Judge, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think it's Glanville, yeah. And this judge, he does seem to suck. Like, he does. But he also had to put up with some stuff, too, because there were jurors that were fully out of pocket during this case. Just a couple of examples. There was one juror that got picked. It already took nearly a year, by the way, to pick a jury, which is insane.
Right.
And then after they picked the jury, there's one juror that during the trial has started, and I think they just went to the Dominican Republic.
They transferred? Or they transferred. They left.
Deputies got sent to their house, were knocking on the door and everything, and then they got back, and they had to appear in court, and the judge was like, you have to be here to be on the jury. And they were like, every day?
Oh my God, stupid, man.
That sounds wildly inconvenient.
That's so, oh my God.
Then, judge was ready to, hold this jury in contempt and was basically giving them an out because this judge in particular loved contempt. He had a lot of contempt. The entire trial full of contempt. And gave the juror a way out. He was like, look, I could send you to jail, I could fine you, but what I'm gonna have you do instead is write me a 30-page paper on the importance of being a juror.
No, he did not.
This dude sentenced her to APA style.
Oh, wow. That
He
whole
sentenced her to citing sources. You couldn't see his face in the moment, but even Thug was like, damn. That's cruel and unusual. I've never heard of that before.
right, like sending him to like boarding school.
There was another juror that I admittedly, I don't even know what happened with this person, but I know that they got in trouble for for live streaming the case.
Some young person probably.
Which is extra crazy because it was being live streamed. Like if you had been watching at home, you would just see them sit with the jury like.
That's so stupid.
You risk jail time for an extra angle. We are.
Right.
Judge Glanville, oof. There was a lot of plea deals being given out the entire case, like I said before, and some of the things that were happening was this is me guessing, but there were people that were not being super forthcoming, that they probably didn't necessarily have to be, but they were in some sort of trouble, and so the plea deal was just given just as an extra. It's okay, you can talk. We just need to get this guy right. And even with that, there were still people that didn't quite want to testify. And then there were people that were being so difficult, state's witnesses who were being so difficult that the state just could not get anywhere, you know? And there was one person,
What happened?
star witness.
It's a star.
Basically, the prosecution needed a through line. They needed something that would connect everything. And so they laid a lot of it on one person in particular. Okay? And they needed his testimony so bad that they pretty much gave him immunity on the stand. I didn't even know you could do that.
Wow, really?
It sounds made up. It sounds
does
fake.
sound
I
very
feel like
made
he thought it was fake too, because he was like, immunity on, so if I say something on the stand, answering one of your questions, and it implicates Thug, but it also implicates me, I'm okay? Yeah, you're okay, you have immunity. Immunity on the stand, you're gonna be good. You sure? Yeah, you're gonna
Sound
be
like
good.
that.
Okay, I'm not even joking. He goes, okay.
It sounded like he was being lied to, but I don't know.
Okay, but what if it's federal? And I love that. I love a good haggle. I love like, okay, I hear immunity, but can I get a federal? Can I get some federal? Federal, please. Can I get a little federal?
Attention, man. So stupid.
Oh, it's beautiful.
But
Dude
it's
gets
federal.
on the stand, and you can tell he doesn't trust it.
I wouldn't trust
You can tell he's like, nah, they're up to something.
Right.
Doesn't want to answer any questions, but we told you have immunity. All right. Basically compelling this man to testify, you know, dangling immunity in his face. Sits on the stand. First question from a prosecutor. How old are you? And he goes,
What?
grown.
Liberty Mutual.
Why is there an ad? Come on, bro. God damn.
And the prosecutor's like, what do you mean by grown? It's like, I'm an adult. Prosecutor is like, okay, seeing as you're an adult, how many years is that? And then he goes, looks over at the judge. I plead the fifth.
Come on, man. This cannot be real. This cannot be real.
Truly incredible work.
This cannot be real.
Truly phenomenal, you know?
They all stupid. They all just
They'd be
idiots.
asking them lots of questions, you know? Question after question. And it was getting frustrating for the prosecution. It was getting frustrating for the judge because, look, maybe I'm doing my best to be as fair as possible, but when you watch a case like this, it does just seem like if you're a defendant, you're up against two parties. You're up against the prosecution and you're up against the judge, because everything in this case kept giving the prosecution chances, even when they would mess up. Because once again, they're not being given a lot with testimony, but there are things that they have in hard evidence. They're just not bringing them all together to make it cohesive, right? And then this star witness's testimony is not helping. So then, can't stress this enough, you cannot do this. Judge Glanville supposedly has a secret meeting with the witness and the prosecution, but not Young Thug's lawyers, right?
Oh my God.
It's something in Latin that I don't know how to pronounce, but you're not supposed to do it. I mean,
What did
and basically, in this meeting, this witness is then threatened with the dangled immunity and everything. Oh, we'll charge you for this. We'll hold you in contempt for 2 years. We'll put you in jail. All this stuff, unless you start testifying, unless you start answering questions to the best of your ability. I don't want to hear any more of this pleading of the fifth, all that stuff, right? And so then they go back to court, and he's answering questions so well that the defense gets suspicious.
Whoa, really?
Defense is like, what happened between now and lunch? All of a sudden, he remembers everything. He remembered what color everybody was wearing. And then it comes to the defense lawyer's attention that there was this secret meeting. And so he addresses it in court, in front of the judge, to the judge.
Wow.
He goes, Your Honor, I've heard some distressing news that there was a secret meeting with you, the prosecution, and the witness. My client and I were not privy to. I don't know what was discussed. You know, this person's acting different. Not like, what is this? And the judge, instead of denying it, instead of being like, that's a horrible accusation, that's not true at all, the judge goes, who told you that? You can look at it because it was live streamed.
Who told you that? Come on, man.
You can look, who told you that? And he's like, Your Honor, don't worry about who told me that. That's the least of my concern, is who told me that. The meeting is my concern. He's like, no, I need to know. This is very distressing. I need to know who told you that. And he's like, Your Honor, it doesn't matter who told me that. Is that true? Did that happen?
You did it.
Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you that?
Oh, my God.
Over and over and over. And it's just wild that, like, in a RICO case involving supposed gang members, that the judge is like, who snitched?
Right. Come on, man. Come on. All right, so that was the first half of the video. Yeah, I would actually try to finish up the whole entire thing, but I'm actually getting tired. I just came from work. So hopefully we can actually finish this tomorrow, if not Friday or so. So yeah, if you guys really enjoyed this reaction today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comment section down below what you to react to next. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, my name is Russell, and I'll see you guys next episode. Peace.